Even a monkey can learn how to create campaign inside of Facebook Ads Manager. It's easy, right? It's mechanics. Everyone can learn how to click on these buttons to create campaign. But it's not what will get you results. What will get you results is the strategy behind it. Hey, this is Stepan Hlinka, and today I want to talk about Facebook ads, and more specifically, why 99% of people who actually try Facebook ads, even though it's the best advertising platform in the world right now, why 99% of them actually fail. And to make it easier for you and to actually help you to avoid this, to help you to succeed with Facebook advertising, I want to show you 8 really common mistakes that most of these people do. Because of course, I'm working with a bunch of clients, I'm working with also people who are learning Facebook advertising from me. So I see the patterns, right? I see what are like the most common and the biggest mistakes that these people do that basically cause them to fail. So let's actually jump straight into it, and let's start with the first mistake. Okay, so numero uno, first mistake is that people actually skip the research. And this is like probably the most common one, because almost nobody is doing research prior to creating Facebook advertising campaigns. I see people jumping straight into Facebook ads, trying to create copy, but how can you create copy that actually attracts your ideal customers, ideal clients, if you don't know anything about them, right? You need to know who is your ideal client really specifically. What is that big problem, big frustration they are facing on a daily basis? What are their desires, their needs, their wants, right? Because this is painful, right? This is not that sexy thing, but without this you will fail. You can't create compelling message if you don't know what are your ideal clients' problems and needs. So first, do your research about the product you are selling, if you are selling for someone else, right? Maybe for your client, and mainly about your ideal client, because in order to actually attract them and create compelling message that will really attract these people, you need to know them more than they know themselves. So do the research first, otherwise you will fail. Okay, mistake number 2 is broken sales process. You need to understand that Facebook advertising is just traffic source, right? It's just a way to get traffic into your sales process. And what do I mean by sales process is basically whatever you are using to convert this traffic into customers. So if you are in e-commerce, it may be like the simple product page, right? If you are selling some digital products, it may be sales letter or video sales letter, whatever it is. If you are selling high-ticket products, it may be application funnel to get people on the phone. Whatever it is, you need to have a converting sales process first, because even if you create the best Facebook ads in the world, right? You will have a best Facebook advertising expert in the world. It will not work if your sales process is broken, right? Even if you get great traffic to your sales process, it needs to convert. And you need to realize that Facebook advertising is just a vehicle, right? It's just a vehicle for your message and for your offer. So you need to have a great compelling message that attracts and appeals to your ideal clients, and irresistible offer that actually converts them into paying customers. Otherwise, again, you will fail. Okay, so mistake number 3 is no strategy. Here's the reality. I see all these people jumping straight into Facebook Ads Manager to create campaigns without any strategy, right? And the truth is that even a monkey can learn how to create campaign inside of Facebook Ads Manager. It's easy, right? It's mechanics. Everyone can learn how to click on these buttons to create campaign. But it's not what will get you results. What will get you results is the strategy behind it. So it's really important to actually spend some time on the strategy, because most of the work that actually move the needle, that generate results, is happening off the Facebook, not on the Facebook. So spend the time to actually develop strategy first. And what I mean by that is, first of all, how can you even track the numbers and track the results if you don't know your KPIs? And what KPIs is basically key performance indicators, right? Key performance metrics, the numbers that you need to hit to basically achieve your target. So the first thing I do with my clients is we reverse engineer the numbers so that we actually know our KPIs, what numbers we need to hit in order to achieve our goal. So before we even start running campaigns, we know exactly how many sales we need per month, how many sales we need per day, how many leads we need, how many traffic we need, how much we should spend every single day, and so on and so on. We know the conversion rate on the funnel, what that number needs to be. We know everything, so we can actually then track it. Also, the same applies to your ad copy, to your ad creatives, to the structure of the campaign. Before you do anything in Ads Manager, first spend a time on the strategy. What are you trying to achieve? What are your KPIs? And how you will structure the campaign for testing, what copy you will use, what ad creative you will use, and so on and so on. This will give you like a huge advantage when you actually start running your Facebook advertising campaigns. Mistake number 4, not testing enough. Most people just don't test enough, and it's a big problem because Facebook is all about testing and iteration, right? You need to test something, get feedback, and iterate based on the results. So you need to actually test a lot of different variations of audience, message, and ad creative to find the best possible variable that works perfectly for you and perform based on your KPIs. And unfortunately, what most people do is they create one campaign where they target one audience with one copy, right? One message and one ad creative. So how many variations they are testing? Just one, right? And this is the problem, right? Then it doesn't work, and they are wondering why it doesn't work. Because you didn't test enough. You test just to one variation, which gave you just to one chance to win. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. So what you need to do instead is you need to test a lot of different variations again to find the best combination of audience, message, and ad creative. So let's imagine a different scenario where you create the same campaign, but you test 10 different audiences with 2 different messages and with 2 different ad creatives. Now, how many variations we are testing right now? Right, we have 10 different audiences with 2 different messages. It's already 20 variations. Plus, we have also 2 creatives for each of these variations, which gives us 40 variations. We just 40x our chances to win. So this is really simple but overlooked strategy how to increase your chances to succeed with Facebook ads. Test more different variations, and you will have much bigger chance to actually find a winning combination of these 3 important elements: audience, message, and ad creative. Mistake number 5, making decisions based on emotions, and this is huge, right? Let me actually ask you, have you ever created Facebook advertising campaign and you launched it and then you check the results every few hours, maybe even every few minutes? It's tempting, right? Because you are basically spending your hard-earned money on some ad that you don't know if it will work. And that's why it's really important to never invest your last money that basically your life depends on it, right? If you have like $1,000 in your bank account and it's your last $1,000, like don't invest it into Facebook ads because you will make horrible decisions. Because it's basically you need this money for food, right? You need this money for rent, for example, and so on and so on. So you don't want to invest this money. That's why you need some budget, some budget to invest into Facebook advertising that you are not really emotionally attached to that number. You need to understand that you are putting this money into risk and you may lose it. I'm not saying you will lose it. Of course, you can make a great profit, but you need to always calculate that you can actually lose it. And what is really important is to never make decisions based on emotions, okay? And that's why it's important to never invest last money, right? Because then you will make decisions based on emotions. And the important thing is that Facebook advertising or any paid advertising just needs to be done on scientific basis. Right? There is no room for guesses, no room for assumptions, nothing like that. You only need to make decisions based on real data, real testing data, real numbers, because otherwise you are making assumptions and you may kill the campaign that will be a huge winner, or make bad decisions like this more and more often. So never make decisions based on emotions, always make decisions based on the real data and real numbers from your Facebook advertising campaigns. Mistake number 6 is don't using retargeting. For me, this is ridiculous, okay? Maybe like you are using retargeting, then it's great for you, but I still see some people who are spending a lot of money on cold traffic client acquisition campaigns where they are trying to basically show ads to the strangers, and it's totally okay, but they are not using retargeting. Right? So you need to have a pixel installed on your website so that you can actually retarget everyone who showed some interest. Maybe they visited your website, maybe they added your product to the cart, maybe they watched some of your video, maybe they engage with your Facebook ads. And so there is so many opportunities on Facebook to do this. And the huge mistake that you can do is not leverage that, right? You need to set up retargeting campaigns. So if someone actually visits your website but they don't take action, and it's important because most people will actually not take action. Most people will not do what you want them to do, okay? It's unfortunate, but it's true. So you want to set up retargeting campaigns where you actually follow these people around the internet with another valuable content and with ads that push them to the next stage in the funnel, right? To the next step to push them into the action. So definitely leverage retargeting, because it's basically giving my clients the best returns. We sometimes see some crazy ROAS that you not really typically see in the industry. So use retargeting, otherwise you are literally crazy. And lastly, mistake number 7 is people simply don't optimize enough. Most people just give up too early, and you may do that as well. I did it in the past because again, you are spending your hard-earned money on your campaigns, and you are excited when you launch the campaign, and when you launch it and you don't see the results, you simply shut it down, right? You stop running these campaigns and you give up. But you probably gave up too early, because I spent millions of dollars on Facebook ads, and I can tell you most campaigns that we launch doesn't work from the beginning. Okay, it just doesn't work. Something is always broken, and that's why optimization phase is really important. Okay, remember, Facebook advertising is all about testing and iteration. So we test, right? We let it run for 3 to 4 days, for example. Then we observe the data, we get the feedback, and we make decisions only based on the real data and numbers. And you will see actually based on these numbers what is broken, what part of your process is broken. So let's say you set up your KPIs and you know that in order to be profitable, you need 25% conversion rate on your landing page. Okay, just a random example. And then you test. Remember, testing, you test for 4 days, you observe the data, and you see your landing page is converting at 15%, and you are not getting enough return on your money. Well, this is not the place to give up, okay? It's just one part is broken, so you need to focus on your landing page to increase that conversion rate so it's within your KPIs. This is how it works. You basically just get the feedback, check the real data, and iterate, make tweaks based on what is broken. Only focus on one thing at a time, tweak that one thing, focus to make it perfect, and just run another test. Okay, this is the process, and this is how you make your sales process, your advertising campaigns perfect, so it's ready to scale, and you can join the 1% of people who are actually crushing it with Facebook ads. I hope it helps. I hope you enjoy this video because it's really important to avoid these mistakes. This is again the most common mistakes I see people are doing that are causing them to fail. So make sure to write it down, to keep it on mind when you are creating Facebook advertising campaigns for yourself or for your clients. Let me know to the comments what was the biggest takeaway for you from this video, and if you did some of these mistakes in the past, because I did, and I think most people did. So let me know below. I'm really curious to see your answers. And if you like this video, hit the like button below. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. And also, if you want to learn more how to market and sell your products and services online, click here over the next video, and I will see you there. Bye bye.